to be in class again in a way. There's been some good news over the week. Two students have passed, and I like to share this with you because I believe that it will help you yourself to prepare for yours. And when you're doing something that it's working for others, you will put in more effort, and like you have high hopes and believe that it will also work for you. You're welcome to the class today. How has your day been? I hope we have been practicing. I'm sorry we could not meet yesterday because there were certain things beyond control, but it's fun as well. I hope we are okay doing. Buki, I hope you're practicing. Chinwe, I was looking out for your work. Do you have a different name on the Telegram group? Ooh, nice. Chinwe, do you have a different name on your Telegram group? I don't know. I was looking out for your work. I didn't find.
No, it's the same name.
Did you
I
say?
sent it that day. Either that day we finished or the next day I sent the classwork. I sent it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, but I probably did not. Okay, so probably did not look out for it. I didn't check for it. I'll check again, but I've seen. Let me have it. Thanks. Thank you very much. I've seen quite a few of the work, and I must say that I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what I see. It's encouraging that in a way people understand, um, you know, what to do when you teach them. Okay, so today we will be doing a different topic. We'll be doing a different thing that's entirely from the kind of question that we treated last week. Having the understanding that you have a background knowledge of what we're dealing with in writing tax two is giving me like, well, the nudge, pushing me to move forward. I'm not going backwards to start explanation again because the lesson is quite clear, and from what we've been doing, I could just see bits and bits of some corrections, bits and bits on some corrections. So, but we will do it. We'll go ahead. I'll do the corrections at the right time. All right. Today we will be discussing writing task 2 still. We are still on writing task 2. And in our task for today, we will move to writing task 2, both sides and opinion essay. The background is still there, like what we all know. The thing about writing task 2 generally, all right? Writing task 2 is an academic, especially to write in an academic style, where you write in your own words, using your own ideas, putting all of um, the band descriptors into consideration, okay, and then producing not less than 250 words. And like I've been advising you, don't let it be too long. The maximum you should have, maybe maximum should be 300 words. So if you go 50 words above what you have been given, that's fine in a way. But 280 is fantastic, okay? So that you don't give them too much work to do. And remember that in a multitude of words, like I used to say, you will always have error. You will always have error. So to avoid some of these errors, it is better for us to write moderately and write precisely, but um, yeah, everything is fine. Okay, with that, with all of those things in place, everything will be fine. Today, we will go to, that's the general overview of the writing task, not less than 250 words, completed in 40 minutes. Remember, advise that 30 minutes you should have finished all your work, 35 minutes maximum, so that you can have about 5 minutes to go through your work, dot all your T, cross all your T's and dot all your I's, and the marks, question marks, and all the exclamation marks. Put the right things in the right places, have the right punctuations, and cross out anything that is not there. Correct some small small grammatical errors and you know writing errors, spelling errors as well. You can have time within 5 minutes to do all of that, because those are the little little foxes that cut your marks. So generally the band descriptors still apply here, and we have this criteria on which you are graded, you are rated, you are given your marks. So talking about task achievement, ensuring that you finish up whatever you have been given, you have the number of words within range, you satisfy all the requirements of the task, you cover every aspect of the topic. For instance, if it's asking you to write both sides and to give your opinion, you should ensure that you have written on side A and side B, and then you have your opinion stated. Okay. Also, that you should have developed all of your points, and when you are giving examples, ensuring that your examples are relevant, to what you are doing. Coherence and cohesion has to do with the flow of your work. Okay, your sequencing your information and ideas in a logical manner, using a range of cohesive devices appropriately, the linking words, the linking verbs, like you flowing, moving from point A to point B and not the other way around. Like if they've asked you to write both advantages and disadvantages. You're not coming to bring the disadvantages first before the advantages, like writing in a way that your work makes sense. There's a flow between your work, and then obeying or sticking to the structure where you have an introduction, your body paragraphs, and then your conclusion. Not concluding before you even start, or you have concluded and you are still making more points, like you're still going on with your writing. The appropriate paragraphing as well, having a clear progression throughout your work, and then avoiding unnecessary repetition of information. All that has to do with your coherence and cohesion, so that your work is understood by your examiner. The ability of you writing in a way that your examiner can understand what you are writing from one point to the other. Then we discuss about the lexical resource, which is applicable to every form of writing task, even the task one as well. In task two here, your lexical resource is talking about your vocabularies in terms of error and how well you can use advanced language to present your ideas. Here it means that you should use vocabularies that allow you to, be flexible and be precise as well. You use less common vocabularies. Okay, you need to be aware of the academic style of writing and the collocation. All right. And then still on lexical resource, avoiding mistakes or errors with your choice of words, your word formation, your sentence formation, and your spellings. Okay. Grammatical range and accuracy, which is the final one, the last but not the least, is talking about your grammar and how to use more advanced sentences to produce error-free write-ups. It entails you using a mix of simple and complex sentences. Remember our types of sentences in primary and secondary school, where we talk about simple, compound, and complex sentences. So you use cohesive devices, you use your linking words to join your sentences in a way that that can become complex inside the paragraph. Okay, producing error-free sentences and avoiding error with your grammar and your punctuations. You writing in a way that it grammatically makes sense, where you avoid tian and arrow or whatever name, shooting and all that. Okay. Now, generally, there's a structure that we follow in the writing task too. It is made up of 4 paragraphs, and these are the introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and your final paragraph, which is your conclusion. Now, different information is expected in these different paragraphs depending on the type of question that you have been asked. The introduction for all of them is generally made up of your general statement and the specific statement. Now, your general statement, like we say, is your question prompt paraphrase. And you paraphrase this general statement by making use of synonyms, okay, of the words that they have used to ask you these questions. You use synonyms to say the same statement in a different way, using different words, all right, but you have not changed the meaning of the statement. Now, the body paragraphs are where your main points are. That's where all of your points are discussed. Your body paragraph one, the information there depend on the kind of question. For instance, if you have an opinion essay, in your body paragraph one is where all of your opinion comes, okay? You say everything, 2 points, like I said, 2 different points developed with a relevant example in your body paragraph one for an opinion essay. Then in the body paragraph two for an opinion essay, you will have a concession and one of your strong points as well. So that at the end of the day, you have body paragraph one, your opinion, body paragraph two, your opinion and a concession. Then in the last paragraph, which is your final paragraph called the conclusion, is where you like rephrase or where you like explain again. I mean, you just summarize really what the points are. You saying that although I have a concession, this is my concession. Your concession comes first. Okay, this is my concession, but these are my points. This is what I support. So that's the way you write an opinion essay. Then for your, it's still explaining the structure of the writing task. For, it's a different thing entirely from an opinion essay if you are writing a both side and an opinion. Now today we shall be looking at how we will see both sides and opinion. What information are we going to be giving in our introduction, body paragraphs, and in the conclusion? That's what we are going to be discussing today in our class for this day. This class is actually, it was supposed to be for yesterday, but because I had something doing, I had to move the class to today, and I did give you a heads up on what to do. Generally, after knowing the structure of the writing task too, you should also know that there are different question types that you will see. You will find questions coming from crime area, like questions based on crime. They thought there has been an increase in crime and these are responsible. Some people think this is it and some people think the other way around. What is your opinion? Or discuss both views or both arguments, or they'll tell you what are the advantages of maybe home training, for example, in curbing or avoiding crime and things like that. So crime, innovation, education, the media, technology, social issues, the things that concerns me and you, like, is universal, all right? Like divorce, single parenting, they may be talking about drug abuse or substance abuse, and then we have technology and the future. The environment, they may be asking you questions on air pollution or water pollution or like gas pollution and all of that, the emission of gas in the environment, things that affect the environment generally, that causes hazards, that like hazards to people, to everyone in the environment. So it will do you well if you are able to like have enough vocabularies for you to be able to discuss these topics when you find them. Okay, education, innovation, crime, media, technology, social issues, technology and the future, the environment. Very, very important for you to have your words, vocabulary, synonyms, all right, already built in this area so that when you see any questions from any of these um, dimensions, you are able to tackle and answer, and you make your mark and go your way. So usually, what did we talk about? What did we say? I have like explained about the types of questions that you will find. Some people will tell you that there are 11 types of questions. They'll call discussion, what is your opinion, to what extent. All those types of questions have like they have been encapsulated into 3 types of questions based on this teaching. All right, so we have an opinion essay. so that under the opinion essay, all the what is your opinion question, do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? They all come under the opinion essay. And then we also have a both side and an opinion essay. Here you are required to be discussing both sides of a particular argument and then to give your opinion at the end of the day. There are different ways that you can plan all of this. We have discussed already the opinion essays. Today is for our both sides and opinion. So both sides and opinion is what we are going to be talking about today. Okay? Am I too fast? It was just a summary of what we've done before, so I don't expect us to have questions on any of this really. If you are watching us on YouTube, you are welcome. If this is your first time joining us, I know many people have been having problems with joining the live class, those that have been on YouTube. And the thing is just for you to follow. If you check on our YouTube videos, there's always the instructions on what to do, what you are expected to do. Like watch, there's a video there for you to watch. If you go to the Telegram group, you join the Telegram group and then you can register. And if you don't want to join the Telegram group, the video there will tell you what to do. You can register, you register, we get an email, approve your registration, and then you can get notification of the class. You follow it up. So it's better for you to be on the Telegram group where you can follow up the activities, the timing for the classes and all of that. And if you have any questions, you can also ask your questions in the Telegram group. For now, we are not responding to class questions on the email, except you are specifically asked to send in your work. So we have said that you should send in your work to the Telegram group where corrections can be done and everyone else can see the correction and they also can amend, their own work and do the right thing. So yes, that's that. We are now streaming live on Facebook. You will find us. If you are watching us live on Facebook, maybe you are watching it now or you are going to watch it later, you are welcome. My name is Joy Agagwu and I am your IELTS tutor. Yes, so today's class is both sides and opinion. This is a writing task 2 class. If you are seeing just this video, I want you to know that on our YouTube page, we have all the other classes. We've done these classes twice, and this is the third time we are going over everything again. We started with writing task 1 in this particular series for this year, and we will finish up with the speaking and listening and all of that. We'll do them. And so you basically have all the materials, all the videos for the previous classes. They are all there labeled on our YouTube page. Your own may not be writing that you need help with, it may be reading. So we have decided to label them so that it can be specific to you, specific what you want, what you need, what you desire. You just go there and watch it. So both sides and an opinion. Both sides and an opinion essay. This type of essay is testing your ability to discuss both sides of an argument and to also give your side of the view. Support it with logical reasons, your own side, all right? So for you to score a high mark, you need to argue both sides very well. Here, you are not biased in your explanation, okay? You are not biased. Your points must be clearly made. You make equal points for both sides, because when you don't have equal points for both sides, that's when you are now biased. And when you are biased, it means it's an opinion essay. Okay, so both sides expect you to have 2 points here and 2 points there. You discuss both of them. But in your conclusion, you need to tell us what your own opinion is. That's why it is a both side and an opinion essay. For typical questions of both sides and opinion essay, you see questions like discuss the advantages and the disadvantages and give your opinion. Discuss both sides of this argument and then give your opinion. Those are the kind of questions that you will find in both sides and an opinion. Okay, so how do we analyze tasks when you see a both sides and an opinion? It's important that you realize every task, okay, contain a topic and a question. there's a topic for each of the task. All right, a topic for each of the task. So you need to know what this topic is, identify it, then you can deal with the topic on both sides. You can deal with the topic from both angles. Maybe the topic is the use of computer in education, for example. That is the topic. Then there's a side where some people support the use of computers in education. And then there's a side where some people don't support the use of computers in education. Of course, everyone have their own reasons for their choices or for their decisions. And so you are going to discuss as if you are part of the people that are supporting the use of computers in education, and you give me 2 points. Discuss the 2 points, develop them, and give me an example. Then the other side where you you have people not supporting, they also have their reasons. So at the same time, you're seeing yourself in that position that you do not support the use of education, I mean computers in education. And so you will discuss it with the same number of points that you did the other side. Yet, you know you have your own opinion. You know that the question is saying both sides and an opinion. So without your opinion, without an opinion, without that, your work is not complete yet. Your task completion is not done. So you need to tell me what your opinion is. And in telling me what your opinion is, that's where you conclude. So your opinion always comes in your conclusion. As much as possible, keep your opinion away from the body paragraphs and from the beginning of your work, from your introduction. All right. Um, we are going to discuss this question in the class, but before then, I'll just go through what we should do. Let me see. How do you plan your essay for a both side and an opinion? How do you plan your essay? We know the structure, right? Sorry. We know the structure where we have 4 paragraphs. And we know that in these 4 paragraphs, different information is expected of you in each of them for the different types of essays. Okay? So how do you plan a both side and an opinion essay? We did how, I mean, we had discussed how the plan of an opinion essay should look like. Hello, Akere, your video is on. I can see you. So let's see, where is this? Uh, this is Chinwe. That's because you left the class. So do you want to go out and come back in? No, it's not Chinwe. Please, ma, my video is not on, but I'm connected. But I can see you. Your video is connected. If not, you won't be in this class. What is the problem from your end?
I
Now
A call came in, so the
it's
video
fine.
went off, but it's okay now.
Perfect. It's fine. Okay. So, Oyenike, do you want to explain to me how you can structure a both side and an opinion essay? What's the plan? How can you plan your work, and what are you expected to write about based on what we have discussed before about the opinion essays? So what is expected in both sides and an opinion essay?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma. In the both side and an opinion essay, we are meant to have 4 paragraphs,
Mhm.
which should start with um our paraphrasing our question. Then the second paragraph is about that we should have like 2 points for, like if we have to discuss a disadvantage, an advantages and a disadvantage of something. If our second paragraph is for the advantages, we should have 2 points, which is being backed up with an example. Then the third paragraph should be for our disadvantages. We should have like 2 points also on that paragraph, backing up with our example. Then the fourth paragraph being our conclusion, which should be based on what we what our own opinion is all about in the question.
Okay, so if I understand you, you will explain one side in one paragraph, right?
Yes, no.
The
One
other
of our
side in another
opinion
paragraph.
paragraph. Yes, no.
I don't
Then the
understand.
fourth paragraph should be our
Mm-hmm.
conclusion, which is what we feel
Exactly.
about
What your opinion is will
both
come in your
points that
conclusion,
you just
and a
said.
summary of your points. A summary of your
Yes,
points, but you telling us what your opinion is in your
yes,
conclusion. That's just simple. That is simple summary. So when you
thank
are planning a both side and an opinion essay, when you're planning a both side and an opinion essay, you need to consider, okay, you need to consider that your points should not be seen, your point should not be seen at all anywhere else. Apart from that's your opinion, should not be seen anywhere else beside um your in your conclusion. It's just in your conclusion. Okay. So structuring, that is it. And then planning. For you to plan, you need to underline keywords and identify your synonyms that you're going to use. Decide the kind of response that you need. Okay, so you discuss both sides of the argument and give your opinion. That's your response. Then you go ahead and brainstorm on key points, at least two main points for each of the sides, two main points. Then the structure. We have just talked about the structure. Introduction, body paragraph 1, and then body paragraph 2, and then conclusion. All right. So we will do a class task. We will do a class task now. Thank God we are not so many in the class today, so we can eventually get to read and correct everybody's work individually. Yeah. So the question prompt is, let me get a question that we are going to discuss this evening. Our question will be, all right, so I'm sharing my screen with you. Yeah, and I'm going to leave it on there. Share screen. I'll leave it on there so that we can discuss it. Remember that you are going to write your work. Now I understand that there's a level of, I mean, there's a particular number of words that you can type and send on Zoom. So you can break your work into two. All right. Break your work into two. Write introduction and first body paragraph. Okay. Send it. Then write second body paragraph and conclusion and send it. Your overall work, that's when you are typing. Remember to mention to me how many words your work is generally, and remember to say the time that you spent on doing this work. How many words you have used or you have gotten or you have written, and then the time as well. This is to keep you within range, all right, as you practice. So you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. It is commonly believed that nowadays main factors that affect a child's development are media, pop culture, and friends. A different point of view is that family plays the most significant role. Now, what is the main topic? Remember I told us that we have a topic, right? The main topic here is a child's development. That's the topic of this writing, a child's development. One side says that it is media, pop culture, and friends, okay, that affect it. Here, it is factors that affect a child's development we are talking about. Factors that affect a child's development. On one hand, we have pop culture, media, and friends. And on the other hand, we have parents, family generally. We have family. So you are going to be discussing the effect of the media, pop culture, and friends on child development on the one hand. On the other hand, you are going to tell me the effect, okay, or the role that family plays in a child's development. Do you understand? It is a both sides and an opinion essay. It is believed that media, pop culture, and friends are the factors that affect a child's development by one people. A different set of people, they are purporting, they are assuming, they are saying that it is family, that family plays the most important role. The debate here is for which of them plays the most important role. Joy, a group of people going with Joy, they say, it is media now, pop and friends, pop culture and friends. And other people with Loveline, they say, no, 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 no. It is the family that plays the most important role. Here, this is not an opinion essay that you choose one side and discuss. Here you are going to tell me the side that the people supporting Joy and the people supporting Loveline. So you need to discuss all of them. Then in your conclusion, you will now tell me, if for instance you have chosen media, pop culture, and friends, you will now tell me that although media, pop culture, friends, whatever, they play this role, I am of the opinion, or I believe, okay, or in my own opinion, I think that family is more important. That is, if you are supporting the side of family. But if you are supporting the side for media, culture, friends, then you will say something like, it is not arguable that is the important role of the family in a child's development. However, you believe that media, culture, and friends, they play a better role, a more important role, okay, in the development of a child. Remember that you are writing for me a general statement and an overall and a specific statement. Your general statement is this question prompt here like this. You paraphrase this question prompt for me. Don't use the same words, get synonyms for them in your own understanding. If you ask me, there has been a wild argument in recent times about the main factors that affect, okay, the development of a child or an infant. Some people are of the opinion that the media, pop culture, and friends play a more important role than family, while others think that the role of the family is the most significant in a child's development. I have paraphrased this, I have said it, but I did not use the same words. I'm passing the same information on. I'm saying the same thing overall, but that I have not used the same words here. So get words, okay, get words. Get synonyms that will support you. Think on this question, brainstorm on it, and see what you can say on your own, what you can discuss without having to use the examiner's own words. That your paragraph one, body paragraph one will talk about one side, your body paragraph two will talk about the other side, and your conclusion will tell me what your opinion is and summarize the point. Be careful of your grammar. Use cohesive devices. I want to see all the however, the moreover, all the therefore. I want to see all the phrases that show that you understand this, and you should write with like with some precision. You must not go and become ambiguous in your writing. Let it make sense. Let it be like specific to this question. All right. And then you must consider your number of words as well. Don't write 400 words and don't write 200 words. You should write at least 250 words. Your time starts now. Remember that we have 40 minutes. Tell me how much you spent, how much time you spent. Tell me your number of words at the end of your work. This is 5:11, 11 past 5 here, which is 11 past 6 where you are, plus 40 minutes, and that would be 5:51. So when it is 5:52, the class will stop writing. Send in your work by dividing it in session, okay? First part, second part, introduction and first body paragraph, all right? Second body paragraph and conclusion together, because we have discovered that you can't type everything at once. Send it to this platform. Send it as a chat to everyone. Don't send it to Nurse Joy. Here, when you type on your chat, you will find out that there's everyone, then there are people's names. So send it to everyone. What's your name again? I can see someone's hand is up. Omolanke, what do you want? Are you okay? Do you have a question?
It was a mistake.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and run. I'll be here. If you need anything, just type something and I'll see it. The question is on the screen, so I don't need to type it. You can take a screenshot if you want to. All right.